Okay, hello, backgammon fans. Bill Riles, Tar Mendocino, Ace Point Backgammon, broadcasting from the 53rd Backgammon World Championship in Monte Carlo. Round two match, round of 128. Zdeněk Ziska from the Czech Republic, the young guy on the left. He's playing the white checkers on the bottom. Ralf Jonas from Germany, an accomplished player, been around a long time, playing the blue checkers on the top of the board. 17-point match to advance in the World Championship. Now, this is a double elimination tournament, so both these guys are undefeated. They're in the second round, but the loser is not eliminated from the potential of winning the World Championship. So this should be an exciting match. Zdeněk is now 23, 24 years old. As of the time he was 18 or 19 a few years back, he was regarded as one of perhaps the best young player in the world. And he's done nothing but accomplished a lot of great things since. There's another couple of great and even younger players than him that have come upon the scene. So that's a great future for the game. Okay, so Zdeněk with a 5-1 to play from this spot. He could just make the 2-point, having another point with Jonas in the air. And that is his choice. 5-6 for Zdeněk. Again, not necessarily an obvious play with that roll. So I suspect that he'll leave with one of those back checkers. He leaves with from the 4 to his 21 to 15. Ralf makes the 4-point. 5-1, so he escapes, but then has to come up with a 1 somewhere, so he takes that 11-10 plays, 2 indirect shots. He gets hit. So let's see how Zdeněk, if he's dancing or playing tonight. He decides to play. He rolls the double nickel, picks up the blot that had just hit him. Got another, he's thinking about it. 1. I think he's got to pick up that checker. It's just a matter of what he does with the rest of the 5s. That's 2. Now he could make the 3-point, giving him a better 3-point board than Ralf had. But he's gonna play it a little bit more close to the vest, I guess you'd say, perhaps. 6-1 for Ralf. Now Zdeněk, with a bit of a racing lead here, decides to play on. Nice 6-1, makes the bar if he chooses to do so, and he does. Ralf needs an ace to perhaps prolong his life in this game. He doesn't get the ace. So now Zdeněk has the potential very well. He decides to roll on. 3-1 makes the 5-point. He wishes he would have sent it. 6-4 for Ralf. Now Zdeněk's going to test it. So he's on the scoreboard. 1-0. Some great matches going on in this round on the Stream 1, which is playing next table to them in the private room, is the Wilcox-Snelling's Victor Ashkenazi match. Okay, 6-5 jailbreak run by Zdeněk. Ralf, traditional 5-4 play. aces, which will make the 2 points. Five, four. Again, quite early in the match. Zing's leaped to a little advantage. He's escaped one checker. He's got a nice structure building there. He wanted to make the 8, but he gets the 6. So does he come out or does he come down? Decides to come down, perhaps. Five, four for Ralph. So again, not an obvious by any means roll. Doesn't run to open air. Doesn't have any points he can make. I suspect he's going to come out and maybe play come out with a 5 and come down with a 4. Not much else to do that is provides any benefit to speak of. Again, this is just a bad roll. He didn't have particularly anything going to start with. His dice had not given him anything. He's got 2 high stacks on the 6 and 8. Just finding the best of the worst, and that's what I thought it was. Now Zdenek contemplating again. It's going to roll on. 6-2 grabs that checker. So now, depending on Ralph's response here, makes the forward anchor. Zdenek got a pretty decent pip count advantage here. Just depends on how aggressive he wants to be early in this match. Sends it. Pretty easy take, I think, but see what happens. Got to leave it somewhere. He'll leave it where Ralph has to abandon the anchor if he's to hit it. There were better rolls in a cup for Zdenek. Boom, 6-2. Ralph does not perform, so he's going to slide on the 4. Got to try to unstack these things and get a little bit of something constructive going. Zdenek's not having much luck. Had a couple of shakes to make that 8 point, but without success. May go to make the 2 because he just doesn't have much play with the 6-4. Otherwise, he could come to the mid and slot the 4, but he's going to make the 2, which is a safe play, but not exactly what he had in mind. He'd rather not play behind him, but he doesn't have anything really to play in front of him. It's kind of like Ralph's earlier 5-4. It's just picking the best of the worst. Now, this was my first kind of reaction. It's between this and making the 2 point. All right, this is another option. He dupes the 6. He can't hit that checker with the 6 and cover the blot in his home board with. He needs a 6. 6 is one of the numbers he needs to do that. So if he uses this, rolls a 6 and uses it to hit, he can't cover the blot on the 4. He does roll the 6, hits the checker. Now, what does he do with this? Oh, 6-5. So again, neither one of them are having much luck with making obvious or roles that are obvious to play. Let's put it that way. Okay, Ralph's got a 6-2 to play. He's probably far enough behind. He can do this, but what's the pip count there? He's a fair amount behind. I might have had time to count it now, but I didn't think it would take that long. So 52, 66, 94, 18, 112, 22, 24, 124 for white. That play would yield, what do we got? What did I say? 128? 7 times 56, 64, 68, 77, 103, 135. So it's like 128, 135. Must be 128, 133 after the two. So again, a relatively close race. Now, does that relatively close race with Ralph slightly behind, does that dictate he leaves that checker back? Or does he hope to get lucky with the race here? He's holding the cube, so he doesn't have to worry about that coming at him. A lot of downside, perhaps, to leaving the checker back and leaving those two split there. I think this is probably the right play. The Danic rolls 2-1, so now he's probably after this roll lost and certainly lost what racing advantage he had. He's 4-5 down. He rolls 7. He's probably 15 down now. 4-1, 2 down. Now Ralph counting it. What do we have? We have 9, 11 times 66, 65, 104, 116 for white. 8, that's 72, 94, 103, 111. So he's only like, forget what I counted the first time, 5 ahead. Now he's going to probably make the 5 point just from a distributional perspective. Now he's going to take them both in. Six one for Zdeněk. 5-4. And take 2 crossovers and still yet generate a little distribution, decent distribution. But again, as you can see, several rolls in a row here. Ralph's lost ground. Now, where are we at? He has 51, 58, 82, 84 for blue. He's sending it back. What I say, 84. Let's remember that. That's 30, 45, 51, 58, and about 98. He has to drop it. So 2-1 Ralph. Zdeněk, I didn't finish, but he was 12, 14 down, something like that, against Ralph's 84 pips. So clear drop. Five, 2. 3-2 coming back from Ralph. Pardon me. He's gonna hit the one. Brings it down. Again, most of the players, top level players, aren't gonna hit two in that fashion. He rolls nickels. Pretty straightforward play there. 5-2 for buttons it up. They're a little bit wider, more widely spread than he would like, but they're safe. They've got nice defensive structure going here. 6-5. Ralph flees. Again, Denny 6-3 is blocked to run with the front guy, so he's going to run with the back guy. Deuces. Well, ain't that something, huh? He can only hit the one on his 5-point. That's hitting it, leaving a blot. Know that he's too excited about doing that. What's he do? I think I just bring two down from there. Yeah, he keeps pressure on both of the blots. And he's not happy with that play, but he's trying to find if there might be a reasonable alternative. I think he's going to be hard pressed to find that reasonable alternative. You can put him back and just play the 2 to 11-9, but that takes a little more pressure on the blot on the 5-point, but releases the bot on the 10-point. She just really spending a lot of time contemplating and considering this. And they do start with 2 minutes per point. So they start with a 34-minute bank. They're using a 12-second delay on this match. So each player has 12 seconds upon his roll before his bank time starts expiring. So, but yeah, early in this match with tremendous amount of time. So even though Ralph's now approaching, perhaps burning a couple of minutes here, doesn't going to cause him too much trouble. And I think is probably the right play. Again, the 6-3 does not play with the back guy. So once again, does he dare leave two blots? He could also play 6-3. He's going to stack it. He doesn't like it, but he figures Ralph's going to in an attacking position over there. 3 and a 5. So he hits it that way rather than running from the mid. 3-3, 3-2. He hits back. Ralph 4-1. So let's try that again. 4-1. Zdenek says, I'll hit it again. Indirect both times. 5-6. A dance for Ralph. There's the cube. There's the pass, and we're 2-2. We have a 15-point match now. Fairly straightforward, nothing very dramatic to either side to this point. 5-1 for Zdenek. And you say, I think what you'll witness from both of these players, They play fairly quickly with the straightforward plays, but aren't afraid to utilize the necessary time for the difficult plays. But by playing relatively quickly with the obvious plays, they have that time saved up for the difficult plays. So 6, so we've got a hitting exchange of sorts underway here. 2-6. He's going to slot to 5 rather than put another blot in play there. He'd like to get the 5 point anyway. Set of 4s. Going to make the 9, maybe go to the 11. Yeah. Okay, so ZZ rolls a set of nickels, which could hit the blot on the 5. He's going to play it. Certainly his initial reaction is to play it differently. He immediately knew he had that loose hit on the 5, but opted to look at other options and make another play. 4-1 by Ralph, so there's the 1. He's going to run with the 4 up. Yes. Zdenek 5-3. Now he can hit that, but that's a lot of blots out there. And Ralph would love to accommodate Zdenek by hitting one of those blots. That's a direct miss, I believe. But it does button up his 2 blots. Now I got a racing advantage here, so he went ahead and made that what for him is a 16 point. Three, just make the 3 point. Zdenek needs to make the 4. Five two from Ralph. Probably going to go to the 8 and slap the 4. Yes. Zdenek can't play that back checker, so he's under a bit of duress there. Ralph does not take advantage of that potential. They're both in these early games getting thrown some interesting and difficult numbers to play. Once again, Ralph finds himself burning a fair amount of time. Makes the 4 point, which he leaves the blot on the mid, but he does have a nice structure over there. Should he have the opportunity? 3-4, going to hit and then make the 8. He's got the blot on the 5 to shoot at. Going to imagine. It looks like he's tempted to put his finger on the trigger, but he just can't do it. And it's a good thing he didn't because he dances on that 2-point board. Zdenek makes the 5, comes across to the 12. Ralf, 2-5. I don't know. I thought he might step up. So Zdenek again faced with a decision here. You know, if he hits loose, he takes a half a roll away from Ralf, which typically would preclude him from being pointed on in Ralph's home board. But, you know, he's got this fleeing play, which he has a racing advantage, and then he's only vulnerable to a 3. He's going to hit loose. Now he's got a 5 to play. No, he doesn't. He decides this. I think this, from my perspective, probably the correct play. Has a single blot, only vulnerable to 6. He's still he's uncertain, and he's okay. So there it is. If he gets away with it, it's superb. He does not. He gets hit. So now 1, 3. Another one in the air. Ralf needs once again perform. 3, 6 hits. Now Zdenek has the same entry to the 3-point board in front of him. And now, while he's stuck with no 3 to play, or not a 3 that he would like to play, so he can clear the 8. Or begin to clear the 8, I should say. Now, Ralph's got a lot of numbers working for him, shooting at points on the 5 or the ace. Spends it. A lot of volatility here, I think. This is an interesting one. A lot of volatility, but there's some downside too. I wouldn't be surprised early in the match. I was going to say I thought Zdenek might take it, but he lets it go. And trust me, I claim to be not nearly the player either of these gentlemen are. So I have my own opinions and thoughts, but I'll defer to their play more often than mine. 2-1. 4-2. People, when someone slots on a 5, you want to try to hit it to deny them the opportunity to make that point. He slots again on the 5. 3s. Make the 5, make the 8. Five, 2 makes the 3. Wasn't exactly what he had in mind, but it's functional. 5, 6, gonna run. I tell you, I congrats to or kudos to our transcriber, young 19-year-old Israeli. First name's Aviv. I forget his last. Father's a big name player, but he's been transcribing all these matches, and that is a difficult, tense, stressful job to try to keep up with these things. And these 17-point matches, and typically the players may take a break or two during them, but we're talking 2.5, 3.5 hour matches to sit there and stay extremely focused and be able to not miss a move. 3-1. Now, does he want the 5, or is he going to lift it and make the 4? Ralph has a better structure, so Zdenek defers the hit. I think the structure was good enough. Ralph briefly contemplated doubling it. He, as Kit Woolsey often says, every roll is a doubling opportunity. So, they have plenty of time. They play well. They play fast. Don't overlook the the opportunities that are presented you. Played the 1. He has the 4 to play, and he goes back to his original thought. 5-3 gets hit. Fives. That's his second set of 5s. This one's quite functional, although he's not as well as he would like, but does have Zdenek in the air, has a lot of builders. Zdenek dances, and I think Ralph's going to cube this right now. Again, my intuition is that Zdenek will take this, but my intuition was wrong on the last game. One of the things, and it's not really apparent, a factor in this game yet, but oftentimes in these longer backgammon matches, I mean, you may get in a bad stretch where the other guy's getting everything for 3 or 4 games in a row and keeps sending you a cube, and you have to exercise some serious discipline to keep turning them down. I mean, the temptation is sometimes to, like, hey, let's quit the bleeding and let's try to fight at least one of these battles, try to stay in the match. But it takes discipline to just make what in your mind, at least, is the right play, the right cube decision. So it's difficult to do so sometimes, but that sort of discipline is what differentiates some of these elite players from the merely exceptional players. Two one. Ralph's going to take the anchor in front of the cavalry. Make the 9. Could make the 4. Leaves 2 blots. Making the 9 doesn't really accomplish much in this position. So I don't know. I think he's going to make the 4. Takes an indirect shot to hit him, so were he to do that. Ooh, pardon me. So again, it's been kind of interesting. Ralph burns another minute on that play. And a nice 6-5, clearing 6-5 by Zdenek. 5-2. Now, Zdenek has a nice racing advantage. He's down 2 pips. Doesn't think he's quite there yet. Plays 2-11-9 to block the sixes. So I think, barring some very exceptional roll by Ralph, I think we may see a cube here. Rolls on. Okay, he's going to put one to the 8, I suspect. Yes. 4-3 by Ralph. Okay, pretty much same position we were in last time, and Zdenek declined to double, and once again declines to double. But a nice roll. 6-2 by Ralph. Okay, now Zdenek's going to study this one. What do we got? We got 12 turns from 84, 92, 114. 114. He sends it. Ralph snaps it up. Good. Somebody's going to win more than 1 point this game. Boxes. That's kind of an awkward forced play. Now, if Ralph can roll a 5, very good. Might, if Zdenek fails to enter, that's probably a cube coming back at him, but he rolls not only does he enter, he hits the blot on the 7. So now the pressure's on Ralph to perform with an entry roll. And he does. 3-2, so he's reestablished an anchor. Zdenek can't get by. So once again, if Ralph can roll an ace, Zdenek fans, we might see a little action. But he does not. What's he do? He makes a deuce and slots the ace. Keeps a little bit of pressure on Zdenek's back checker there. He's got to leave with it regardless of where it yields him. 4s. So now Ralph, he's going to take a look at it. Count. What's Zdenek got there? 33, 39, 36 to 75, 81, 82. Ralph's somewhat higher. He looked like he was closer to 90. 28, 20, 50. Yeah, he was 91. What I say? 82, 91. So he's. May leave with one. And then there are some sixes that don't particularly play well. Well, I say that. What you got? 6-3, 6-4. Okay, he's gonna opts to play that. Zdenek responds in kind. So what's Ralph get? 1-4, 1-5, 1-4. Okay. 4-2. About all he's got. Whoop, cocked. Aces don't do much. Zdenek, considerable advantage here. We'll have to play it out with Ralph holding the cube, though. 4-1. There's no blotting numbers this roll. 3-1. Pick and pass. No real downside to that. He may have to enter higher than he was. Fours moves a lot of freight but gets nothing off. Knocked against the side. Twos. He's going to take two crossovers here. Okay. 5-1. Ralph needs a 6 in a hurry to begin participating in the bear off race himself, and he gets it the hard way. 6-2. 6-5. That one hurts. Nothing off. So can Ralph capitalize upon that poor roll? Fours will help. He gets two off, but now what's he got? 10 checkers. 10 checkers each. Zdenek on shake with no misses, so he's in a much superior position. But Ralph's within reach if a nice large double would come his way. So it looks like Ralph's going to have two. Well, I was going to say Ralph had to have two sets. Two sets won't work. So 4-4, we're to a 13-point match. Now we'll notice they each started with 34. So 4-4, they're each not quite a quarter of a way to the finish, and we can see that Ralph has used something on the order of 40% of his time. So he's 22% or thereabouts toward the total, and he's used 40% of his time. So we'll see if he gets into any type of time bind in the match. Zdenek has considerably more time, probably closer in relation to the number of points scored to the number of points required. Oh, so what does Zdenek do here? He has a inclination is to make the 5-point, but he doesn't necessarily want to play with three blots either. Miss Tara, you got to sit down and talk a little bit. It's a good match so far, fairly even. He is going to make the 5 at the expense of the blots. That deuce 1, so that's that. Split the back. 4, 6. So this is going to give Ralph a free roll at a bunch. Ace deuce, that'll do it. Just go and make the 8 point, I suspect. Yes. Okay, so he's got a hit. Comes down. Three, 2 will anchor forward. Now the Denick needs to clean up this outfield a little bit. Doesn't, but he does make the forward anchor in Ralph's homeboard. Ralph needs to, I was going to say, seize upon the 2 blots, but double 2 doesn't work at all down here. It is constructive on his homeboard side of the board. Oh, pardon me. So Denick's still looking to clean up a little bit. Looking behind me to see what's going on over at the commentary 1 area. Nick's pretty much everybody's still playing in one fashion or another. So Nick's soloing on the Snelling's Victor match, and I'm soloing over here. And that'll really be true again tomorrow. First match is tomorrow at 1400, 2 p.m. Monte Carlo time, and everyone will have a match. So it'll be incumbent again on Nick and myself to take care of that first round match tomorrow. Third round of the main first match of the day. Okay, so let's see. Interesting dilemma. He'd like to unstack, so probably just make the 4. Ralph's got 2 blots in his home board. Now, of course, he could have 0 or 1 blot after a hitting 5-1 or something of that nature. 5-6, he can hit and make the 2 point. He can make both interior points. So does Ralph decide? There you go. Pardon me. These days are long at the Backgammon World Championship when you're working on the stream team. 2-3 comes in, hits that. It's 2 in the air. So now Ralph better perform. 2-1, no down, a checker at the World Championship. Gets 1 in, but not the second. This could be Well, a lot of this was a target-rich environment, so a little surprised. I would have been tempted to spend a little bit more time on that in contemplation of cubing it, but ZZ, as he's affectionately known, didn't see it in the same light. Now, pick up. I think he picks up the other checker. Well, he's going to take it here. Well, that's right. That's right. I see that. 4-5 plays on for the G. Got to move up. 5 away's a direct cover. 7's not. 5-1. So there's the closed board. Should he take it? Kind of an interesting play from my perspective. I guess he's got so many up. He figures that he start preparing for his bear off while he's still got a lot of checkers to bring around, which may well be a concept that many of us overlook or don't even recognize, for that matter. Four, so he pick and pass, still has 4 in the air. He's only vulnerable to the 6s. I don't know. That gives 6s either way hurt him. Pair of double 6s hurt him either way that way. Nice roll, though. Closes him out. Ralph's content to play this out with the thankfulness that the cube's sitting in the center rather than on a crooked number on either side of the board. Ooh, so this is likely a G for sure. A few random BGs floating around in the darkness here. Ralph still got to get 2 of them in and then 4 of them out. That hurt a bit, cost Zdenek a roll in all likelihood. This is going to be close. 5-2. Gonna be close. Dance now. Whoa, that's really awkward. He does yield a shot, but tremendous amount of downside as well. He gets the 2. So now we're in for the long haul. Of course, Zdenek can cash this the moment that a potential gammon or backgammon is out of the works. So he's got a long time to play with this one to just with little downside, knowing that he with 11 checkers off can pretty much cash it anytime he wants to. Ooh, a direct miss. Had 4s and 6s. Wow. It's probably something like 24, 25 hitters and missed it. So Ralph still toying with the getting G'd for sure. Can save a BG easy enough. He gets out. One more. And fled the outfield. 4-2. Sixes. Close it out pretty quickly. So I don't know if it's next roll, but soon going to be a cube. There it is. I said he could cash it at any time. I don't know what happened there. It was kind of funny. Mate was doing something over at the commentary 2 table that Tar didn't like. So she come out waving her finger at him. It was funny. He's a great guy, and jack of all trades, and willing, able, and does help everyone in this tournament. The management team, the directorial team, the stream team. He does a lot of work for individual players, recording their matches and getting them transcribed and so forth. So he's a workhorse. Six two. So again, with that, again, as I'd said, Zdenek could play that as long as he wanted to, and then it's, the instant Gammon or BG was no longer in the equation, he could just cash it. He had 11 off before he was hit. Makes the mid, leaves a kind of an awkward structure, but Aviv taking a break, breathes deep, and lets Mate assume the transcription role on the other match for a while. Okay. 4-1, so got a little bit of things working in his favor. Nice ace-6 to enter in safety. 4-2, Ralph's going to make the forward anchor, slot the deuce. So, nice game for each here. Now, what do we do? Ralph make the deuce, slot the 3 to hit. Zdenek has to give up that 18 point, which he doesn't want to do. 4-2 is pretty unattractive roll. Little else to do with it. Peeking in over on the other match, it's 9-5 9-5 Victor to 17 against Wilcox Snellings. Victor Askenazi leading 9-5 over Wilcox. Nice double four by Zdenek. 4-2 in reply. So another set of fours. Zdenek's wearing those out. And with those, developing an ever-increasing racing advantage. Zdenek's going to count it. What do we got? 88.92 for White. Considerably more for Blue. Ralph has to let it go. 6-4. And 13. So we're about an hour into it. I didn't look exactly when they started, and Ralph was a little bit late, but I suspect we've been at it right at an hour. Match of this length may well often go 2.5, 3 hours. So it's certainly trying. Four, three. Rather innocuous early game roll here, but not much to do with it. Ralph contemplates it for a long time and makes the most simple play. Zdenek gets the perfect easy roll, and he can do something great and never burn a second off his clock. 6-3. 4-2, I guess. Just going to have to slot the bar. Threes, so that hits. It covers. Well, let's hit with one, cover with one, and then look for the other 2 threes. Okay, he doesn't cover. He just, and I can see his theory. Nice ugly roll for Ralph. Cube for Zdenek. Ralph, exercising the discipline as we had discussed earlier, lets it go. So relatively quickly, it's gone from a 4-4 game to a 7-4 Zdenek lead. Okay, makes the bar. Nice point. So Ralph's going to be looking for an opportunity to stop the bleeding and get back into this match fairly quickly. Long match, but still yet. Okay. Not much constructive to be done with this. At 4 down, then to 5. He hits loose, takes a half a roll out of Ralph's hand anyway. 4-2 comes in and hits on the 14. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Looking backwards here. As I said, it's been a long day. Okay, ZZ got his choices to hit. 2 up, makes a 9 point. 5-4 brings them both in. One of them pointing, so that was a fortuitous roll. Now, several options. He could pick and pass, making the ace point. He could point on the 5 point. He's going to pick and pass, clean it up a little bit. No, he's going to look at it the other way. Nope, going to pick and pass. Okay. Dances with the 6s. 4-1. 6-1 dances 2 times in a row on a 3-point board, while Zdenek's doing all kinds of constructive things. Dances 3 times in a row on a 3-point board. Were you 3-1 to come in? You missed 1 in 27 to dance 3 times. And with the 4 hits. Set of 4s. 1, 2. 3, 4. That's the most obvious, but there's some danger associated with that. He's gonna go ahead and do it. Ralph's gonna attack. But then it's still not certain that's what he wants to do. That's the other option, and he opts for that. 5-3 makes the point. 2-6. And this is getting fairly awkward for Zdenek. I wouldn't be beyond sending this your favorite to make the bar, and then Zdenek's going to crunch on the next roll or break his prime on the next roll. Lets it go, as might be anticipated. Taking a peek on my phone occasionally of the other match here. Nine five versus Nick, showing the commentator cam, and you can see the players in the viewing area behind him watching the match. Not a large crowd over there yet, as most people are playing tonight. 6-3-6, going to come around the corner. Ace is nice roll with the Zdenek with stacks on 8 and 6, and he rolls aces to make the 5 and 7. Sends it. Oh. Position has a lot of potential for Zdenek, but I don't think it's necessarily that fraught with danger. It wouldn't surprise me to see Ralf take this. Dance now. Going the other way now. Dance was I thought it was a good take, but the one game rollout doesn't look particularly attractive. In fact, it's getting uglier by the moment. Aces, that helps considerably. Now he's going to make the 5 point. So, kind of put out the initial fire of the initial explosion, but the embers still remain. Yeah. 6-4. Pardon me. Kind of a fairly typical progression of a game of this sort, where Ralph's building a good board, hoping to roll small. Zdenek trying to bear in against this deuce point game. Yeah, I think you run and take away some of the chances of a freak gammon here. 6-2. 5-1. Got a 6 prime on the other side. Should he be fortunate enough to pick up a shot and a hit, and it's going to have to generally come next roll. And that doesn't help from Ralph's perspective. Works quite nicely from Zdenek's perspective. Oh, what do? You got to go with 1, I guess. Okay. 6-3. There's still the potential of getting a shot and a little danger of getting G'd at this point. Pardon me. Clear the 5. I don't like that, but Zdenek I'm not. So he decides to go with that. Now Ralph's gonna certainly hope to stay another roll. He's not. Fours. Move a lot of freight, take none off, so Ralph could find another couple of sets here. He might get back into this game. It's very unlikely. Increasingly more unlikely with every roll. And there, Zdenek's getting the sets and not Ralph. And Ralph says, okay, I'm waving the flag on that one. So 9-5, nice lead by Zdenek, and we see that Ralph's used almost 50% of his time and not quite a third of the way to the score objective. Zdenek's a little over halfway and he's used about a third, so he's in much better shape from a time perspective, but no danger, plenty of time to eat. Okay, so again, 6-1's going to make the bar. Maybe I play 8-7. I'd personally go up to the 21, but it takes away the double nickel possibility. An anchor there, play the deuce. Not the game Ralph would like. 5-3. Come down to the 8. Maybe slot to 3. No, he's going to run while Ralph has no board and a blot in that home board. There he can make a point on the 3, putting Zdenek in the air. Nickels, that'll work. So where does he go with them? That's 2. Maybe to the 8 and to the 15. No. He sees it differently. Leaves the that play will leave the one blot in Ralph's outfield. 3-1. He hits, probably step forward on with that, so he plays with a minimum number of blots he can with this roll. That's correct. He hopes he gets lucky with the 8-1 dance shot. He doesn't, but Zdenek does miss the blot. Now he's got to find a 3 to play. He can step up or he can play 6-3. Probably that enables him to start a point and unstack the 6. Okay, 2-1. Kind of interesting to have a documentary film crew, some sort, doing a lot of videography work here. Of play of certain players, interviews, all kinds of stuff. And of course, those of us doing commentary are quite comfortable, I guess, having done it so much that you're on camera doing commentary and talking about a match, but then it's a little bit unnerving at times when another guy steps in front of you with yet another camera and starts filming what you're doing for another purpose. So a lot of things going on here at the Backgammon World Championship in Monte Carlo. And you might have seen earlier this evening in the Patty Rubin Memorial High Roller Jackpot, Joseph Chisona from Israel defeated Manny Ozinko from Ottawa, Canada, in the final of that $5,000 entry event. So, congratulations to Joseph and to Manny for those performances, and each had a rather nice payday today. 6-4, so Ralph tries to take the advantage here. He gets a dance. Seems like dances and things of that nature have been few and far between in his receipt. And sure enough, by the time he gets something going, Zdenek rolls a Fogerlin from the bar and hits him. I think 2-6 from the bar goes quite a ways back and is traced to a number of others, but in the current backgammon world and society, a 2-6 from the bar is somewhat synonymous with Ray Fogerlin, who I missed this week. I thought Ray may show up this year at the World Championship, but apparently chose not to. There's Zdenek. Seizes another point, 10-5 to 17, 7 away to 12 away for those who score in that fashion. So Zdenek building a no lead in backgammon is safe, but larger leads are nice, and Zdenek's building up a pretty good lead here. He's got a nice score lead and a lot more time on the clock, perhaps. And as the lead increases, then if Ralph is able to mount a comeback, that just means that it's going to require that many more games to be played within the match, which is going to accentuate the time differential and the time that he's spent to this point. So That's kind of the hazard you face sometimes. And, and sometimes it's not just your own deliberate play that gets you into time trouble. Sometimes just the flavor of the individual games and the roles that you get dictate, some deliberate, thoughtful analysis of various positions, and you end up using a lot of time. Other times, the games can all but play themselves, and you know you benefit from not using much time. So here, Ralph is, excuse me, cleared both his back checkers. Um, got some nice structure and potential, but it's not as far forward as he would like. So therefore, he doesn't have necessarily the racing advantage that he would like to enable himself to perhaps cube this position and put a little bit more pressure onto Zdenek. Zdenek's counting the relative positions with the and steps up into it. So the race must be relatively close, or Zdenek's slightly ahead. I didn't attempt to count them myself in that time period. He keeps his builders well distributed to increase the probability of covering the points that he wishes to cover. Pardon me. What time is it anyway? 11:40. So we're about an hour and a half into this match. 4-3 for Ralph to make the point, and then just has to play the 3 there. So now he's got 4 strip points in the outfields. The Dennick's got a 4.5 point board, soon to be a 5 point board, perhaps. That 2-3 will play. So he's eliminated 1 stripped point. And a little bit, what's that? 443, 83, 92, 105 for White. Six three. Good. That's all he can do. He would like to made some points. 5-2. What if I run with one? So he's going to count the position. And then also he's going to have to look at the pointing and picking and pass, or pick and point more so than pick and pass numbers that may exist. So he decides he's not going to run. Five two makes the ace point. So now he's really in a strip position trying to bring these checkers home. That's ugly. Can only clear the 6 point and be safe. And now Zdenek would like a nice small number, unlike a 4-5. You probably would. I don't know. I'm leaning to clearing the 6 because there's just so many pick and pass numbers if you were to run. And there's a shot. Of course, Zdenek now only has a 4.5 point board, so if he were to hit Ralf, Ralf does get a lot of entering numbers, some of which may be occupied by a block. He doesn't hit, but you know, he's got a lot of racing equity. Ralph's saying, what do I have to do to get a good roll here? Um, What do you do? Play off the 10, making the 7 and sliding on the 6. You could, bury a checker. Oh, this is a tough call. Zdenek probably has enough flexibility to keep that checker there another roll. So, and now's the moment. There's the ace 6. Now, Ralph has the opportunity to start doing some damage. He does. Plays that ace, and now if Zdenek were to dance, he's going to see a cube. He doesn't dance. Zdenek can button up the blots. So, wow. 6, and then 5 comes out from the back. Then if you're going to hit, that's the only 5. Six one. So now Ralph's got some opportunity to for accomplishment. Buttons it up. Count 19, 38, 48, 72 for white. What is it? 16, 24, 29, 43, 65. It's got to be the play. What did I say the other was? 19, 19, 38, 48, 72. $16, 24, 29, 43, 65, 65, 72. Blue. Happy. That's all you got. That makes it 65 up after this. So it's a rolling game. Ralph up by 7. Even. By 8. And all in. Up by 1. My running count is good. 2 off. Ralph's contemplating the position. He has, what, 9 checkers. Zdenek has 10. Ralph's on roll, so he's got a checker advantage. He's on roll, and he's got a bit of a lead, perhaps. 2, 3. So now he's 7, 2 checker lead on shake. Sends it. There's misses in his future, not so much in the in Zdenek's case. What do we got? 26 over there, and we've got 9, 10, 13, 19. I'm thinking Zdenek's taking this. He's 7 pips up. Ralph has 2 fewer checkers on shake, but every likelihood of a number of misses here. So nice little mathematical problem here, but I think Zdenek's going to take this. Over here, wow, 9-8 Victor now, so that's tightened up. Zdenek does take that, which I thought was the appropriate case. There's a set of aces, which takes 2 off, but doesn't otherwise accomplish very much. 6-4. Now this has probably played out much as Zdenek had anticipated. Now the 3-1. How do you play the ace? I guess. Okay, now Zdenek 3-2. Ralph, boom. Now Zdenek. Not enough to think about sending it. Ralph needs to, gets 2 off. That's a nice shake from a poor position. Zdenek doesn't get it, and there's only the 2-1. Not there, so Ralph stops the bleeding a little bit, gets a bit back more into the game. Now, I think that was a very nice illustration of double take type position late in the barrel. And Ralph benefited from it. Four one. Nice set of 4s. That'll play. Six, 4, make the 9. Deuces, that's an obvious making the 4-point. To the 11, and what does he do? Does he come to the 9, or does he step up? I think he comes to the 9. He steps up. Hello. Another ugly thing with Ralph, he doesn't like what he's having to play at times, but he can't really put blots in play when he's outboarded as he is. Now that's a nice roll, makes a point, unstacks the 6 a bit. Zdenek contemplating this one. He certainly some potential, but with the lead, I think he'll decline 5. Then the ace is there. Fours, which is a direct miss. Does make 2 interboard points. Now, Zdenek can escape this checker, which he does. Now, he may well be contemplating doing a little something here. Doing the count. He has probably racing advantage. He has structural advantage. He has blocking advantage. He has a score lead. I think I'm sending this. Personally, I haven't counted it. 35. The Zdenek plays on. I have 1. Could have been a better number. No die on the checker. 3-1. Zdenek didn't double it last time. I don't really necessarily see him doubling this one. Hasn't been that substantive a change. 4 threes. An ugly little roll here. It's 2 down, so 2 indirect shots against a very strong board over there. He gets hit. So Ralph may be sending this. Zdenek can't get out. You're down. You got to send this. Yep, Zdenek's got to let it go. So he took the chance of the 2 down, leaving the 4 indirect shots. He got hit, danced. Or he didn't dance. He came in but couldn't clear. And has to turn down a cube. So 10-8. Zdenek. Hey, Phil. Take a seat, buddy. You want to? Sure. I'll give you this one's a little easier to work with than you, crap.
Yeah, 2 great players.
Zdenek was up 10-5. Ralph closed the lead a bit.
Ralph never gives up. He is so tough. I love watching both of these guys.
Speaking of tough, how'd you do in your second round match?
Well, I got lucky. I won. I beat a Kiko in the first round. I figure from now on it's just a breeze to go to the finals. I mean, really, there shouldn't be any competition left. And I beat Mr. Balbi, who's a very fine player from Brazil.
Antonio Balbi.
Yeah, very nice player, nice guy. 17-4, and he didn't cry a bit. He's a nice guy.
Great, congratulations, Bill.
Thank you.
Now, were you on the buy side or the anti-buy side?
Anti-buy side.
Okay.
But you're just like everybody else, though. I tell them I won, and they're surprised. Wonder why that is. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Cube is in the center. 10-8. 7 away now. Okay. Pretty standard holding game. High anchor game. There's a great shot. He's going to anchor. No cube for a while here.
Yeah, it's a non-script game.
Yeah. Could turn pretty volatile pretty soon. Ah, I never know if that's a good roll or a bad roll here. I don't think that's actually that good a roll. Yeah, he's stuck in the race anyway, and he's losing his timing. Well, do you? No, I'm not sure. I don't slot here. I like the slot.
Unstacks.
Yeah,
Starts the point you want.
the structure's so bad if you don't stack here, and Ralph's board is not that well developed. I'm making this play.
You know, it's interesting. The first 4 or 5 games, it seems like all the difficult decisions were on the outside of the board. And he used quite a bit of time early on. Now, these last few games, it seems the difficult decisions have been on the Zdenek side and start to even back up.
They still have plenty of time for both of them. It's not really a factor. Yeah. 3-2. I told you it was wrong to slot. He would have been hit. That's how you know whether it's right or wrong. It plays itself. Ooh, you know, there's some race equity now.
Race equity.
He's not even thinking about racing. Not even thinking about it. I'd have been right to come up from the back.
It's going to be in problem.
Yeah, but to come all the way out from the back, I think the racing, it might be right. Yeah. Yeah, and Zednik is stiff. He doesn't have very many good sixes. This is a tough one for me. I have to count the race, which would take me about 20 minutes right now. I'm like a little brain dead. Yeah, still got 2 more. It's this close race.
80, 76, 102, 108. Oh, late today. Look at the other one.
It's close. I'm telling you, it's close. It's a close race. That's why he needs to think about racing. He can do a semi-race. I mean, he's coming off the 2-point. He's still got some shot equity and hold equity with the 18-point. I think I might just run all the way up from the back with the 2 back checkers.
Well, I'm tempted to stay back, but if you stay back,
you give up the race.
You can't stay there a long time because you're going to be so far forward.
If you stay back, you're committing to hit a shot. You're committing to play a hitting game. I might just come out with those back checkers.
Back, so you've got all 4 to play.
Yep. That's a compromise. I like that. I like that play. Still keeps plenty of contact. And that's a great roll. Great roll for Zednik.
Some offered numbers in the cup.
Yeah, it certainly is a take, so I don't think he does double quickly. And at this score, I'm taking it.
I think he had already.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it this score.
I'm taking
those 2 open points, and you can't get gammoned, probably.
Got a great. Going to have a great board.
Yeah.
Shortly.
See, 12 would put him 5 away, giving him 1 point. 6 away. I don't think it hurts that bad to give him the extra point by taking. I think I take. There you go. There you go. Yep. There's a point cleared is a point not to be feared.
And Zdenek bought himself several goals behind, even though he had the long construction. He's got a bit more on the scores.
Yeah. Come on, you're not thinking about splitting. Just play. You do need to
do you much good.
Well, there are some good numbers if you split, but I with you. I don't think there's enough compared to pick and passes. And very good roll. Very good roll. Yeah. Only an idiot would have taken this cube. Oh, I would have, wouldn't I?
To 5.
Peels without hesitating. I would have thought about that a little bit before I just peeled so quick, but I'm sure he's right. Now that I look at it.
I think that's a cue. I would probably look at it longer, but I think it's tough position for those who study intensely like he does.
Yeah.
He knows, look at it.
Yeah, I study intensely, but I must be studying the wrong stuff. Look how quickly Zednik is moving and playing. I think that shows great confidence, and here's this youthful kid.
It's a couple things. I mean, it shows a great confidence, and that's maybe not against Ralf Jonas because Ralph's not perfect. It can be intimidating.
Oh yeah, I'm getting scared watching him. What's the thinking about? He's not going to pick up a second checker and make the ace point. There it isn't. The one came out as a tease. It always does that. Dice gods like to play games with you.
They can't wait any longer.
Yeah, got to get off the G. Yeah, so getting a shot and hitting it, just not as good as getting off by running. And look, Ralf didn't have to think very long about that. He knows his stuff. Only a 2-1. And I said it out loud. It didn't make it happen. All right. Well, I think it was a good double, good take, and
yeah, I agree. I said about the prior game. I don't know that you saw the real nice double take. Four roll position. Really good illustrated.
5 away, 7 away.
5 away, 9.
Oh yeah, 5 away 9. Gotta add better than that. You just don't want to come in on the ace here and be stuck back there. You'd rather fight right now. And he's gonna fight.
Yeah, he's got to make something.
Yeah, you got to fight for the 5 point. It's just a given. You know?
5 against. Can't let the difference greater.
No, I like this first play. I split here. Oh, really? Because it dupes 3s? But another checker back makes him more vulnerable for the gammon? I would have split. I would split. Of course, he's afraid to get blitzed. He could also come down. I don't like being stuck on the ace point. He did it. Big play. I never would have made that play.
Man,
yeah.
I'm running.
As opposed to what?
Tough about that, Bill.
Oh, hit and cover. Perfect roll. Another perfect roll. Absolutely. The golden point. Hit and out. Not out. Oh yeah, he's 6 away there. Yeah. Look how fast Z is playing. I mean, he's just like on supercharge. It's like speed gammon. Wow. There's no reason for that. You don't need bravado against somebody like Jonas. Maybe he just feels a better rhythm that way. Some people like to do that.
I mean, he'll be deliberative when necessary. But other than that, he plays.
Yeah, but
pretty brisk pace.
He played at least 3 plays so super fast that I wasn't quite sure of. So
He had him at the time, certainly.
Yeah, I guess it helps to know the right play. I guess that's an advantage for that slight advantage that he has.
Yeah.
He knows the right play, so he can afford to play fast. I play fast only because the more I think, the more I'm likely to get it wrong. What's happening here?
A lot of lead players fascinating. They played so long, and their instincts are almost always right.
Yeah.
And again, like you jokingly commented about yourself, but in their case, it's right. They can easily overthink
Yeah.
position.
I was playing a very good player who took a long time on what I thought was a very simple play. And after about 6 minutes, he said, "Is it my turn?" And I'm wondering what he's thinking.
We're on table one is Wilcox Victor.
Yeah, real close, huh? Yeah. What a easily two of the top 5 players in the world. Somewhere in they're both clearly in the top 5 of the world. Maybe in the top 3, according to a lot of people.
I want to draw Wilcox said he had Ellie Royme in the first time.
Yeah. I had no idea Elliot was that good until he got to the finals of this tournament. I was doing the commentary, and I thought he was playing pretty good. Turns out he played under 3 PR, like 2.4 or something like that. And he beat Petco. And I love Petco and being a fellow American and one of my favorite people. But I've known him for years.
People, one of the best sportsmen and gentlemen.
Oh, Petco by far. No question about it. All right.
So Ralph's he's got a lot of timing for the moment with his ace.
Yeah, at any other score, he'd be doubled. At any other score, he would be doubled by now. I mean, it's really not necessarily too good. 15, he closes him out like this, about 15% gammons. He can still lose. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful.
Choreography here.
Oh, my God. So a well-timed 1-point game gets gammoned about 15% and wins about 15%.
You know, it's funny. Said he had a well-timed game, which he did.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
Phoenix rolling small, 2 or 3 rolls in a row.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah. Jonas keeps
so with poor timing, the gammons are still 15%, but the wins just go down. Here they're probably closer to 8%. So at this, there's no reason to cash because he has no what we call market gainers. There's nothing that Zednik could roll that would give Ralf a take. So he might as well just play with this and see what happens until he gets to a vulnerable position. Like right now, he could roll a 6-5 or a double 5 and then get hit. That's not a lot of rolls. He's thinking about it. I would think about it too. 6-5 and double 5 is 3 numbers, and he gets 30%, hits 30% of the time. So that's like about 3% that he's going to lose from here on the next sequence. And he's going to get 15% gammons. Now it gets a little worse. And he's holding his position. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That held us in position. I like that. He touched the cube, and I hope everybody knows if you do that, you must double. Because we used to, in the old days, people used to fake and play games. But now if you touch that cube, you double, baby.
Kind of a resolute pass on
well,
Ralph's part. A little frustrated.
If I were him, I'd be happy to get out of that game. I mean, when your opponent is rolling on for so long because he's too good, you're just thrilled to see the cube eventually, finally.
Kind of the old relate to the old Darrell Royal face. Right? Throw the ball. Three things can happen. 2 of them are bad.
That's right. Except that Scott Appleby was the quarterback when they won the national championships twice in 1963 and 65, and I was there. Yeah. I was at the University of Texas under Dale Royal, and I played handball with Tommy Nobis twice a week. Twice a week, Hall of Fame linebacker for Atlanta. He was a great all-around athlete. He played a really good game of handball. All right. Are they still playing backgammon, or should we talk about sports?
What's the headline for the day?
See, this is a very volatile game. It's 4 away, 9 away, and this is a game where If I'm Ralph, I start thinking about gambling with the cube. Very quickly, very soon, I might, because it's volatile. It could go any way. Oops. Now I don't think about the cube so fast. That was a very good roll. Yeah. Yeah. He's going for the bar point. Yeah. Those couple of ones there, he can be stuck. Yeah, you should be a little more conservative at the score, and I think that's a more conservative play. Are you slotting the bar here? Go for it. Here, Ralph. You're running out of time to do much else. I'm slotting the bar, bringing that down. I don't know where the 2 is. I guess I unduplicate my 6s and bring 2 down. Yeah. No, if you were to hit it, you were to hit it, you're dead. But if he doesn't hit it, you got a hell of a game. The other possibility is just slotting the 5 point. I'm slotting something though. I'm just not going to play passively here. Maybe it's too reckless to slot, but I sure would. Coming out is an option. If he comes out all the way, no, 1s and 2s, no, that's too much. I think it's a slot play. I'm not sure you slot. I think you slot the 5 point.
It's kind of a pure play act. You know, you just can't imagine him playing 2 off 10. It's absolutely nothing and very checker.
Yep.
So we're down to
coming out. He is coming out. Look at that. Look at that. That's a play I would not have made, and it worked.
Look here.
Yeah, that's forced. I didn't like that coming out play. I have to see that next G. Any other score, you're doubling here. But when you're up this much, I'm not sure it's right to cube. Will he take, though? That's always the first question. That's the
bigger question.
That's the bigger question. The Woolsey's Law. If you were Ralph, would you take? And at this score, you might. Getting a little desperate. Huge cube vig. You know what? I'm doubling, and I'll let my opponent worry about it. Let him figure it out. I would cube here. The other possibility is he could be too good. He rolls a 7 or an ace. He's gonna be sorry he doubled. Winning 2 points here would be very, very big. He's doubling. Okay, I would double too. And a pass. Okay, good double. Yeah, it might have been almost too good. I'm not sure. All I knew is I was doubling. All right, 3 away, 9 away.
This is where, even more so than last time, Ralph's got to make something.
Yeah. As you can see on that opening play, a lot of times with 4-3, you bring 2 down, but when you're winning, you're playing gammon save when you're winning by this much. So you split so you can try to make an advanced anchor. 4-3, 3-2, 4-1, 5-2, split with all of them. No slotting, no 2 down. Another good roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this score, you might hit. You might get.
Right.
Yeah. It's
okay.
Yeah. That's the right play. It's you don't have good.
But he was right to look at the other.
Yeah. I would have been tempted because of the score. That would be the only reason you'd think about hitting. Being a little conservative there, Z. That's not like you. I just go behind.
16.
Oh, he's got a 4 to play? Okay. I thought he had a 3 to play.
Wouldn't mind getting a guy hit.
Getting very conservative. You got him outboarded. It's a nice time to hit and unstack. And he would have danced with my play. I would have hit him. Which bar? I go to my own bar here. I want
to take out of the bar.
Yeah. In
I
fact,
got two chances of being right, right?
Yeah.
But you're going to make me choose.
well, I was on my way to the bar when you called me over.
I just say go to the bar, then you know. I look smart either one he makes, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's my play right there.
That's what I thought. That's
You want to keep the checker back for more contact. That's all you got. All right, we got some action here. I'm not rooting for anybody except for action. Okay, Z needs a good roll here, and he's got a lot of them. And that's one of them, 3-6. Ralph needs a good roll here, and he doesn't get it. Nothing exciting. I don't think you're going to see Z cubing too quickly at this score. You hit him off the 5. You got to hit him off the 5.
one block.
Yeah. Plus you're hitting them, and sometimes they dance or roll a 6 coming in. All he needs is keep a 6 up. Look at that. Kept a 6 up. And prescient. Oh, triple tiger. That's blind elephant, I call this one. So yeah, he might just hit the second one, though. Yeah, and bring the 5 down. Bring the 5 down. Yeah, it was a 6. Yeah, bring the 5 down. Make it a double tiger instead of a triple elephant. Of course, we know double tiger is a nice term that Michi coined in one of his recent books, and it's kind of a cute concept. He came up with some nice names. The 3, holding your opponent's 3 points, the butterfly point. I never thought of that before. I like that he did that. It's color to the game. Yeah, do it. It's fun. This is fun.
Keeps the fans in the game.
This is fun. I mean, do it. We have something to talk about. I like that play, actually. And when he dances, you just have to try real hard not to smile, because that's bad sportsmanship. I had to do that my whole last match. I was rolling so incredible. He was rolling so bad. Sometimes I had to cover my mouth to make sure he didn't think I was smiling. Such a nice guy. I didn't want to rub it in. Ralph stands up in the middle of a play. That's unusual. Maybe he's got a leg cramp.
Long match like it. Earlier, Ellie and Wilcox playing. Wilcox got a couple of times walking back straight.
Uh-huh.
So, in position, 2 or 3 hours.
Well, I'm not as old as those guys. I don't need to worry about that kind of stuff. I think I may be older than, I'm probably older than Ralph.
12, 11, Wilcox.
What's the over-under on the combined PR for those two? Oh, I'll go under 5. I bet you the combined PR of those two is going to be at less than 5. You can be sure they're both giving it everything they got. A lot of people
because, in a tournament such as this, everybody wants to win.
Oh, yeah.
Then you put 2 top 5 players against each other. It's even more so.
Oh, yeah. Plus, people have been debating recently who's the best player. Is it Mochi? Is it Wilcox? Is it Victor? Those are the 3 names that come up a lot, and there's a couple of others too. They certainly have to be in the hunt. So hitting 3 so far has worked out pretty good. He can cover now. Yeah, good. He covers. Make the 2 point. Well, he's got 2 up already. I don't think you do that.
I want the 5.
I want the 5 too. If he only had 1 checker up, I would make the deuce.
Yeah, come around.
I like this.
I'd come around the corner.
I like this. Now, this shoots at both the 2 and the 3. Around the corner,
What are you
didn't
trying to do? Put more fill in the camera.
I would point at him. Look at those blots over
He
there.
has nothing on the other side.
Yeah, point on him. Are you a man or a mouse?
He's
Squeak
less
up.
He's less than nothing. He
Yeah.
has no board and two
Nothing.
blots.
Yeah. Go for it. Go the all-out blitz. Go for the gammon now. And hit. Sure. You got enough checkers in the zone. All right, needs a 6 to cover. And a 3 to hit another checker.
Six.
Staying back to try and go for that other checker. Because he hasn't got much to worry about. He wins 2 points here. He gets to Crawford.
He's gonna have his choice of checkers here.
Yeah.
Well,
I like this. You still want that point yet. There's still time.
that's the Woolsey one time. And even there were maybe some more blots available. Who do you want to send back? You know? Many is like,
Yeah.
you know, some people would advocate don't put too many in the air. It leaves them a shot for the potential for a shot.
Well, in this case, you want as many as you can get. Number 1, you might get a backgammon and win the match. Number 2, he doesn't have other checkers to work with to make points on his side of the board.
Yeah.
He's going to crash faster. So it's overtimed. Too many checkers. You notice that play going to the bar there? That's the kill 6s. A lot of people don't remember and understand that when you're trying to hurt your opponent's timing, if you kill your own 6s and then you get lucky and roll a 6 or something like that, it counts as 0. So right now, if Z rolls a 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, it only has to play a 1, 2, or 3.
Yep.
So that's why you put that checker on the bar point, on the 7 point. And the last place you want it is on the 8 point, because then if you roll a 6, you got to go to the 2, which is just what happened. And every checker on the 2 point costs you money.
I thought about that differently because this, well, and of course, there's some people tried odds.
I would come in.
Play it in.
I would too. I would come in. No, that's bad structure. I guess he's thinking, backgammon doesn't have much value because just the gammon gets you to Crawford. And if he gets to Crawford, he's about 92, 93% in the match.
Yeah,
so
there's some rare BGs.
Yeah, but the BG, what I'm saying is the value of the BG, because he gets to Crawford without it, is not as high as you'd normally think. I mean, it'd be nice to get it. That's going to stop the BG probably right there.
Okay, yeah, that's all that.
Yeah, now you just go for gammons.
Go with another one. Take the BG out of the play.
No, he'd like to cover. He might get a shot. I'd play a checker around, but I don't think it's okay too. I would have liked to cover that 3 point. They might get a shot here. That's a good roll. What else are you gonna do? Clear it. He doesn't like being odd.
It's gonna be odd either way.
Yeah, I don't like this play. I like this first play. All he needs to do is roll a 2 the next couple of rolls. There's a saying though, when in doubt, peel. I don't peel here. Very interesting. I would have played the other play. Yeah, he gets a cover there. He ain't getting off the gammon unless he gets a shot and does something. All right.
Leave with another one pretty quick.
Yeah, but he's very likely to leave a shot right now unless he rolls a 2 or doubles. Yeah, very likely to leave the shot. Nope.
He's got to go.
He's got to go to get off the backgammon.
Can't give him the gift of
Right.
attention back. Two classic, but I run if it's costing
No, because saving the gammon is so. Of course, if you hit, you don't necessarily save it. Let's see what happens.
My opponent's 3 away, I run.
Yeah, but see, you're still far down. Just getting gammon already gives you so little equity.
Yeah.
You may as well take a shot at it. I would have too. By the way, you still win this game. Don't forget, you win this game sometimes when he rolls an ace. That's
Or
it.
you get BG.
Very nice. I would have stayed too. You and I disagree on that one. I would have stayed. So you get gammon and you're losing 9 away, 1 away.
Yeah.
Crawford to a great player. How often are you going to win that game? 6%? 4%?
Well, thanks for joining us.
It was fun.
Thanks
It's
to
always
everybody
fun.
for watching. I know you're delaying the opportunity to do more commentary by the fact that you keep winning.
I came here to do commentary, and the damn dice won't let me do it. They keep making me win. I can't do it. What the hell?
Yeah. Now here, we'll get the right answer right here.
Okay.
Okay, Ralph's down 14 to 8.
Does he run or stay?
Does he run or stay?
Cube in the center. We're asking Tobias. He's got a pretty good board. He's still got the 6 points open.
One checker. Does he run to save the CG when Zdenik's 3 away?
By the way, if he gets the shot, he doesn't always get. Huh? It's over. It's over.